Hey guys, Chris from Provo Beast Audio Installation, and in today's video we're going to be installing a backup camera on this 2014 BMW X1. Now in this video we're going to show you how to integrate that backup camera to an existing both factory and aftermarket screen. Let's get started. Now here at the bench, the camera kit we're going with is by Autovox. It's a bullet style camera and it has a license plate adapter, so it sits back behind the license plate. And to accommodate that wiring, it does come with a large harness. You can turn on and off the guidelines there, and really in the end it's a really nice kit for the price. Essentially here, they will mount up the camera plugs into the main harness, and then we'll run this harness all the way up to back behind the factory and aftermarket screen that we have previously installed. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start taking apart the rear hatch. Alright, so we went ahead and got our camera mounted there. Again, the bracket sits back behind the license plate. And then we drilled a little 1/2-inch hole to put in a 1/2-inch grommet and ran our wire up through that plastic cover. Now I would only assume that the factory camera, if this vehicle was equipped with one, would be located there. Being that it's a blank, it's a perfect location for us to pass our wire through. We flip this up with now this cover being off. Comes out right up here, and we went ahead and just zip tied it here. Now we need to start prepping to run our wire down through this channel out the grommet hole so we can run it into the cabin of the car. Got ourselves a wire hanger here and fish that on up, and we're out here. Now what we're going to do is use that to fish that back down through so we can have our RCA come out here. Then we'll need to fish and work that through the grommet so it goes inside the vehicle. Alright, so what we've done here is we've actually hooked our wire, once we've pulled it out of this port, ran our hanger through this grommet from end to end here. And we taped it to one side, so now we're going to go ahead and pull it on through. So what we've done here is we went ahead and pulled our weather stripping down, ran the wire all the way down here, up underneath this kick, and we're out to this point. We need to run this forward and work our way to our aftermarket radio there. So at this point in time, we can put the weather seal back up. We clean up our grommets here, seated those back up once we pulled our wire through. Now, so we have our wire about right there. We just need to tuck it up underneath panels, and we're going to work our way forward. Continue just tucking up underneath the panel here. We went all the way back on top of the kick panel. Then we went out, we dropped this down. There's 5 T20 torque screws. This can come down. Running it along, we found a little access hole and we fed it into the dash cavity. So Now, as for the ground, for camera, we just cut it nice and short. This brown guy is a ground to this tail light. It's not the reverse light, but we can still use it just to ground for the tail light. And what we did is we connected and soldered in our ground right there. And that's gonna allow us to just snag it for our camera. Now, we're gonna actually be powering our camera from a power source at the radio, not back here. Alternatively, if you are looking for a power source, this obviously is not going to be on, and you can tap into the reverse light here, positive, or tap in somewhere up front. Since we're not using this end, we're going to instead use the other end off the RCA. We cap that guy on off because it's just a pass-through, and we're going to go ahead and tape this up here. And our trigger, remember, as we mentioned before, our reverse gear trigger is generated by the CAN bus. It's by the radio through the data signal, so we don't need the analog connection here. Our aftermarket screen is going to produce that for us. So without further ado, let's go ahead and tape that up, relume this harness, and we are basically done here in the hatch. But our backup camera connection will connect into the cam in, and we're going to power the camera here as well. There is a P cam, which is power for the camera, so we'll connect that there. There is an additional accessory, so if you want to power another source here, you can. And then finally, there is a reverse gear trigger if needed. Now, in our case, the reverse gear cycle, when you put it in reverse, is actually generated by the CAN bus or data signal of the car, and it'll do it automatically. We don't have to hook up a reverse trigger in this case. They provide it in case your vehicle did not. Ours automatically cycles over, so no issue there. So, all right, so we fed our backup camera wire all the way up into the dash. It was a little short, so we just added a little extra RCA. But the one that we'll recommend in the description will be long enough for your applications. You don't have to worry about that. Let's go ahead and strip the little red wire that is off of our backup camera RCA. Now our screen here, our giant aftermarket screen, actually has a power source built in where it's going to power the camera for us. So we'll add it to that camera power source. Remember, our camera is grounded at the tail light. It's not grounded up here. So all we need to do is hook up power. Now, we're going to feed our camera image into the camera input of our screen. Now, obviously here you didn't see us install this screen. We actually walked through that in great detail in our first video. So check that video on out. I'll link that down in the description. It walks you through how we installed this. It's an awesome screen for the price. And so, again, we'll have that all down in the description for you. So we went and plugged this in, camera to the camera input, and then the camera power source. And what we're going to do is now tuck this back into the dash. So with the backup camera now all installed, we got everything put back together here. Again, we have that full tutorial video in case you want to see how we did this screen. But essentially, this thing is huge. I mean, just comparatively speaking, it's a good size screen for this dash. And the way it fits in there, it looks OEM. So if you want to see how we installed this, be sure to check out the link. We'll have it down in the description of this video. Let's do a final test just to show you everything's working great. We'll go ahead and put it in reverse here. Automatically cycles over. We just have to adjust our guidelines. And then pull it out of reverse. Automatically cycles back. It's perfect. Be sure to hit the like button if you like what you saw. And don't forget to subscribe. We post great content on the channel all the time. And we will see you in the next video.